What's good, guys? You're watching Last Words with Cameron and Jamie. Let's get right to it. All right, so this next one, I don't want to pull out something lame. Oof. I knew it was going to be this one.
What was it?
This one says having kids young.
Well, I'm too late for that one.
As you know, me and Jamie are parents ourselves. That junk is crazy. It's crazy how, I don't know. I feel like as it stands, we're young, yes, but we're in the position. I was, 24? You were 22, 23 at the time?
22, I guess, yeah.
And we had graduated college, and we had, stuff established for us. But it will shake you. Yeah, I don't know. It is wild. But
it did, too.
I mean, having it knowing that it shook us,
mm-hmm.
I started thinking about every single person I knew before the time that we had Maz. I started thinking about everybody.
The same position.
I thought about every single person who had children.
Especially people
who
have
shitting
kids,
their pants. Straight shitting your pants.
Yeah, I could not imagine, in college or even, in high school. Because plenty of people.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say that you can't. But when you're younger, it's definitely, when you're younger, it's definitely harder.
Yeah, when you're young.
Because it was hard for us.
Yeah.
I can't imagine being, not on my own financially, not on...
Yeah, not having something
own
to...
stuff,
yeah, not being established myself as a person or...
Right.
I'm an individual, you gotta take care of somebody else. Goodness gracious. That will set you off.
It worked out, but it was super stressful.
And most of the times it does.
Yeah.
But
it's great.
Inevitably, you get caught in between the dichotomy of, let me see your ID. You look way too young to drink. Remember that lady? It gets caught in the dichotomy of, you guys probably can't drink. You look too young. But I also have a child with me. If I'm at Chili's, I want an El Presidente. I don't want the margarita. Trust me, I'm grown. I'm grown. I'm not going to order it and not...
Freaking whole-ass children. You can calm down with a beer.
So I was like, you sit there and people either think you're too young to do other stuff. But I don't know.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make you older, having a child.
No.
You know what I mean? But it just makes you,
And it's different for everybody. I feel like a lot of people probably the ideal time is to have kids later.
Yeah.
And that's what everybody thinks is the ideal time is to have kids later, but
when people say later, what do they mean?
I feel like later is 30s.
That's
because
what I thought.
The 20s
35.
everybody wants to think about okay, early 20s you want to be partying, and 25 you want to be out with your friends doing stuff and doing just doing your own stuff, and then by the time you're 30, okay, now you have a career set and you're definitely in that career, so now let's turn around and get married, and everything has to go in the right order, the right path.
It has to go in that line.
It's never going to go that right order, I can promise you. It has to go in that right path, and then 33, 35, okay, it's time to sit down and have some kids. Well, that's what everybody thinks is going to happen.
Everybody thinks it's going to happen. That's what I thought.
And it's granted, it happens for some people, but the majority of people, that line that you're thinking of, it's not going to be that way.
We can combine this one that we tossed out. Do you have any pet peeves about being a video mom?
A video mom?
That literally leads into one of my pet peeves. I was saying with the Presidentes.
Well, we gotta tell the story though. So,
that's not even. Are you talking about the Chili's one?
No, the one the guy said I was a very young mom.
Oh yeah.
We were at the doctor's office. I was pregnant, right? Or no, I just had Maz. I just had him. We're coming in for one of his appointments or something, and coming by, and the doctor comes in, and we're just talking about Maz, whatever. And he's like, "You're a very young mom." It's like.
Yeah, what did he do? What did he do?
What do you...
He wanted to see your ID.
Was it?
Yeah, he wanted to see your ID, and you showed him your ID or something. Or maybe he looked at your
you're
stuff.
right, because he looked at how old I was.
He looked at your year, and he's like, oh.
He was like, oh.
You had a video? It was.
That's exactly what it was.
What did he look like?
It was just so
a
wild.
Great doctor. A fantastic doctor. But,
It was just so wild that somebody can straight up just be like, oh, like, you're a really young mom. You're like, how do I even respond to that? How do I say anything?
I don't know.
Yeah, I am.
Like,
Thanks.
yeah. Like, what am I, yeah, like I'm not gonna apologize. Like, it was really strange, but that, like I said, that's one of my pet peeves when people have to point out how young you look.
Right.
But I feel like it's gonna happen for us for quite a while.
And for sure, like, I mean, I don't mind like when people say that I look like really young or whatever, because I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna be 50 and look a lot younger than you are, so
for real.
I'll see you then.
But I feel like a kid. When people bring that up.
I feel like a kid sometimes.
Grown.
But it's like,
I'm grown. No. But you know what I mean? Like,
crazy.
But I feel like I felt like that at 18. And that's how I know it's like I'm still kind of,
like,
I guess.
you're still a young person, so it's like.
Oh, I know what I need. Oh, I know everything. I don't know what I need to know.
Right. It's
like, don't call me young. That's probably how Mazzy feels when he gets to be like 6 or 7.
I feel like kind of like the opposite. Just like.
That's
it's
weird.
Not necessarily like a pet peeve of mine, because it's like in the back of my head I'm like, you know, like I have so much more knowledge than the majority of people my age, just because I've had a kid, we bought a house, I've been in a career, like I have
you found what you do, what
I've been
like
in school,
what you do like.
I've done all this stuff, we bought a car, you know what I mean? So it's like all these things that we've already been through in our little path. Everybody else, like, sometimes is just now getting to because we're younger.
Yeah.
And so they're like, hey, Jamie, like, how'd you buy your house? Like, how'd you go about doing that? Like, I don't know anything about it. Like, what's the first step? What's your, you know, advice? And I'm like, wow. Like, but it's like, it's crazy because when I think about it, I'm like, wow, I know a lot about appraisals, home inspections, credit approvals, how much, you know, like the top notch that you get for a house, that's not what you're buying at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That would be dumb. So it's like you don't want to buy at that, you want to buy a little bit lower. But it's like I have all this knowledge base, I suppose, being young. Yeah, and it's like, I mean, you can say I'm young, but I have all this knowledge and yeah, I look young, and that's okay.
Yeah. But
I guess maybe as a female, it's okay for me to look young, you know what I mean? Because when I'm older, I want to look young.
Yeah, I was supposed to be like the...
You're like, I'm supposed to look like a man. I'm supposed to get into a bar.
The bearded dude. No, I'm supposed to be like grown, but like, here I am. It's weird. I really feel like, I don't know. It's another pet peeve of mine is the assumptions people put onto you. Just because, like, I guess that's just the stereotypes of just being a young parent.
I feel like maybe not so much a stereotype of being a young parent, but being a young parent maybe so out of wedlock.
Yeah.
So I feel like maybe because we didn't go necessarily the right path, it's wrong. It's like, no, everybody has their own path. Everybody has their own way of going about life.
Well, I meant more so like when I was working at Coopersmiths, and we had Mazzy, and we had him for like 2 weeks, and I started going back to work. So I was like, oh, you're tired, huh? You didn't get a wink of sleep, huh?
Oh my God! Everybody's like,
he slept all night.
Never sleep. Like, you're always around your kid, huh? And
are you pulling your hair out yet? Like,
right? It's like
chilling. Like what? Like people assume it's all the same, and yeah, like I don't know, like. 1 night out of 5 nights, Mazzy will be wilding, and I know all babies are different or whatever. And sometimes it gets worse and sometimes it gets better. But, like, it's just so weird. And I feel like, I don't know.
That is so true, though. Because it's like when
people
you
don't know what they're
doing.
A lot of times people don't know what they're doing when they approach you, like.
And they don't realize it's rude.
Exactly. They don't realize it's rude.
You're tired, huh? It's the worst thing of your life, huh? Oh, my God, I can't believe you had a kid young because... Oh, it's so bad.
Oh, parenting. You already started. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Like, well, actually, it's
like spooky stories.
Everybody on social media. God forbid I have kids young. okay, well, it's just not your path. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean you have to hate on other people that do. But like I said, like we were talking about, like, it's not it's not the end of my life. It's not the end of my world. Like, I can't go to school. I can't pursue things I want to do because I have a kid now. Like, that's not true. Like,
people resign to it, though.
For sure. But that doesn't mean I will. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, am I pulling my hair out that I have a child? Like, no. Some nights do I not sleep? Probably. But I get sleep the next night. And then we're good. Next. So, I don't know. It's like, it's supposedly like every night you never sleep. And
right.
and the child's terrible, and he's drawing on the walls and screaming
like,
all the time.
Yeah, like that even started yet.
Like,
I am
literally.
I think the number one pet peeve is people, and some people do, but people front like they want to see you. People, if you have kids young, people aren't gonna want to see you.
Yes.
Your friends aren't gonna come by. They're not gonna want to see you. They're not gonna want to see the baby as much as you want them to. They're not.
Right.
They're not gonna want to because you're a different kind of person. You're a different person. They see you different as. Oh, this dude's this is a dad now, and that comes almost before your name.
Right.
And it's like the ultimate thing, and I started seeing it after I saw it with you, and then I saw it with my friend on Facebook. And it's almost like a sneaky phrase. You have to, once you get like older and you get your mind about you have to watch out for the sneaky phrases. The sneaky phrase I'm talking about is, hey, reach out, let me know if you need something. That's the sneaky phrase. Let me know if you need something. I'm always here if you want to talk. Hit me up if this. Let me know if this. Reach out if this. And that happens with you having babies or somebody with depression or somebody who just had a family member get sick and died, or somebody who just had any sort of, somebody whose parents just went through a divorce.
Like, well, they were supposed to reach out to me.
Yeah.
No. They're the ones that's sad.
They're the ones who are going through this.
Something. You're the ones that's supposed to reach out. And it's like, I think it's weird for me because it's like, you know, being pregnant and everything else, nobody else understood what I meant by that. Because it's like, no, you're supposed to show for me because I'm the one not feeling good and I'm the one pregnant or whatever. But
and it's like it's like not even, sometimes it doesn't even require that much energy. But it's not like I'm so inwardly focused that I'm so sad. And sometimes it can't be the case. But my problem is that it's like a fake feeling of I'm there for you, and if it feels that person's I've done my job by posting that on him. And I've felt the difference between me, like, maybe I guess I'll text somebody who says, hit me up if you ever need anything. And they're just like, nah, okay.
Because I've done that with so many moms, too. So many moms are like, I have no friends. I just, like, and they're posting on social media. Like, I have no friends. Like, I just want somebody to hang out with. And I've been that mom. Because I don't...
Feeling like that?
Yeah, like, feeling like, you know, my friends don't come around. Like, I mean, Angie, Ryan, they come around a little bit. And the people that I really thought were going to be there haven't been. And that's okay. But it's also, like, those responses, like, I'm like, yeah, I relate to that. Let me reach out to her. Let me see if I can be her friend. And reach out. Hey, like, I know it's been a while. You know, how have you been? Like, I noticed your post, whatever. I feel the same way. And then it's like 2 seconds later and they're done responding. And it's just like...
You're like, all right. But
you didn't want friends that bad, did you?
Exactly. They want something else. They don't want the...
They wanted... I think those posts are circulated around. You want those old friends that were there, and that's your post. So you don't want this new person hitting you up.
I get you.
So when new people hit you up, they don't want it. They're like, I want this old person that was in my life. Like, okay, well, I tried.
Right.
It's fine.
But it's better to try and fail. Like,
that's true.
What I was saying is I felt the difference between actually being the person trying to reach out to somebody.
Right.
And I felt the difference between... and by that, I mean the person who's going through something, and I'll reach out to somebody who says, Let me know if you need anything.
Right.
And then I've also been the person who's in
Been on both sides.
in the stuff and in the middle of it. And oh my god, guys, this sucks, or however you let people know this sucks, dick. And then I had somebody come over and be like, "We're going to watch a movie. Here, I brought you some food and I brought you some snacks. We're gonna go hang out tonight." And had somebody straight come up to you and just be like, and almost pull your arm, like with Mazzy. Somebody's like when Dylan was like, "Give me him, give me him, give me him, give me him." Like, right now. I insist that we hang out. I insist
that's so cool
that you talk to me and don't even talk about the problem. We can go hang out, and then that will just. Man.
And he's just hanging out with your kid. You're overwhelmed.
So exactly.
He saw it, and he's just like, "Hey, like, let me have Mazzy." Like, you know what I mean? Like that's just like, wow, like that's a good friend because it's like you notice the issue, you notice the problem, and then you did something about it.
But it's not
to fix it, and that's a good friend. You're there for me. You know what I mean? Like,
but it's like for these people who like are really my friends, like somebody like Dylan, they'll do that. And almost not recognize the power of it.
Oh, for sure.
They'll come
like he didn't do it on purpose.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like deliberated.
Like, oh, well, let me make sure that this guy's doing really... Like, that's not what it is. That's just, just give me that. Like, come on, I want him. Like,
we're doing this now. We're hanging out. I want to be with you. You, yes. Come over here. Come over here. Come over here. Insisting on pulling you out of whatever slums you're going through. And pulling you out of whatever... come here. Let's hang out.
Right.
That's all it takes. Or what's up? You don't have to be like, "Hey man, I saw your post." Don't even talk about that. I don't care how depressed this person is. Just be like, "What's up? I haven't talked to you in a minute. What's good?" Or send them something funny.
Right.
Do it. Don't say, "I'm here to do it if you want me to do it." Go into it.
Just go do it.
Just go into it. And then they'll be like, and maybe they won't even notice, but a lot of times people will be able to look back. Because they say hindsight is 20/20. Yeah. They'll look back and notice and be like,
wow, that person was really there.
That was crazy. Or they won't even notice, like you have sometimes I'll be panicking. You're like, just do this. Right. Come on, focus. And then they'll be like, "Geez, I remember when I was panicking and I was sad, and then you came to me and brought me pizza. Or you came and you hit me up and you sent me that meme and I just started dying. And I forgot what I was sad about." You know what I mean? It's not like let's talk about it more. I talked about it enough. I've done whatever. That's why it sucks. Whatever you're going through sucks. Right. I don't need to talk about it more. I want somebody there. So that is my number one pet peeve. And it's not even about having kids young.
Right.
It's when people front like they're gonna be there for you. That's a front.
That's so true.
That's a sneaky comment. That's a front. They're not gonna. Yeah. This is gonna be too much time.
But like you said, like it's not even just like having kids young. Like it's not just like pregnancy and going through just something that's different. Like it's people that are depressed, people that are suicidal,
people that have parents who divorced and they weren't expecting it, or
like be there for your friends because you never know. Like you never know.
Show up and insist.
Yeah,
that's the motto. Show up and insist.
Can you imagine like somebody just coming over and just being like, "Oh, like you're stressed out. Like I'm gonna take Mass. You go take a shower." Right. Like,
you want to go shower.
My God, what?
With somebody coming up.
Okay.
And I saw that post on Facebook, and this girl just like cleaned her. I think it was her mom's room. She just cleaned her mom's like apartment or whatever. Aww. And like she showed up and she insisted. "I'm not gonna ask you if you need it cleaned. This is a mess."
Right, let's show you up.
And you're kind of like doing whatever, and you're busy, and you're doing all this. I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna insist that that I can help you. I'm just gonna kind of shove myself into your life. Some people really fight against it, but majority of the time they'll appreciate it, or they won't realize they appreciate it until later down the line.
Right.
Any last
words?
It
just goes both ways.
Yeah.
It goes both ways. Like friendship is a two-way street. Like sincerely, it's a two-way street.
Yeah.
Like don't be the one that's like, "Oh, she'll invite me. Like, no, you go invite her sometimes. You know what I mean? Sometimes, like, maybe there's a reason she's not doing that. You know what I mean? Two-way street. Stuff that you don't realize. Two-way street. Just like a relationship. Just like, whatever. It's two-way street. Yeah. Make sure you ask, you show up for that person, and a good friend will show up for you. Yeah. If they're not, then they won't.
Well, that's it.